Alright, hello everyone. Just getting everything set up here. Got some stuff on the docket today to work on. Alright, let's get into the game here. There we go. Okay, got some resin to spend first. So you got about 7 runs. That's my artifact storage currently. I probably should do some salvage. Okay, that's a lot. And I'm still working on Scoffy friendship, so I'm going to do random co-op with her to see if I can get double friendship points. So far, I'm the only Escoffier in the party. Someone's obviously a Scar fan.
There's no such thing as pure freedom in this world. Even the wind cannot blow on forever.
An inspired melange.
Yeah, I've already cooked all the food, so this isn't gonna react. Oh, Reader's a good choice. Okay. Yeah, my mic's going.
Yep. Think you can get away? A dash of frosting. Goose on the loose. Pinnacle of excellence.
You're just taking a while to go down.
Time to go. My name, a little loose song. A burst of flavor.
Well, at least I'm a healer, so no one's dying. Garbage. Perhaps I'll just use a food item. Why not? I got tons of food anyways.
Show no fear. Adaptive frosting. A burst of flavor. Time to go. A little loose boosh. Who's on the loose? Go. Go.
Not that good. I'll probably do a mass fodder into the strong box for more golden trope. And see if there's anything worth leveling.
Yoo-hoo! Time for takeoff. Off to the freezer. The pinnacle of excellence. Higher, higher. Can't find fire. A little loose boosh. Fierce on the loose.
Well, outside of the intended team that Scott Fairy wants to be in, she doesn't feel as good, but she's still useful as a party-wide healer for co-op.
Time to the freezer. Pinnacle of excellence.
So she's at least helping the group. For Flower, that's not that good. You run at least 3 good stats on a Flower. How do I not have my purse back yet?
Think you can get away?
There we go.
Ooh, loose boosh. Fierce on the loose. Higher, higher. Hands on fire. Here we go.
I've actually thought about leveling up her normals just for co-op like this, but once she's Friendship 10, I probably won't be bringing her to co-op.
Let the world come on. A burst of flavor.
Still not good. People are leaving. Still got 3 more runs. Hurry up and do this before I get booted. Now, I didn't know who left first. I wasn't paying attention. I guess he's done. Yeah, I still got 3 more runs. Don't want to be part of the lead with only 3 runs. Actually, maybe it doesn't matter. Nine rows. I'll just do this, I'll get my double friendship, and then we'll be able to get the runs done faster.
Mind be purged, world be saved.
Okay, never mind. Hello, Silver. If I'm pronouncing the name correctly. How are you doing today? Oh, what's going on?
The show begins!
Well, down is an interesting choice, but that just gives the full effect for Scavier.
Think you can bully me? Pinnacle excellence! Sakura swirl!
Ooh, you lost a 50-50 to Mona. I've lost a fair share of 50-50s to Mona. I got her at C8 already. Although the biggest offender is Jean at C10. So yeah, I get how you feel. Could I potentially have a third stat? I'll keep that for now. The way the wishing system is in this game, it can be very cruel. So there's better ways to word it, but the wishing system is not exactly very generous to us. And that potentially get a third stat. Yeah, that's garbage. Since party leaders air 56, I may just stay until they're done.
My apologies. Off to the freezer. First, flavor.
Just to give them a bit of help. How about somebody else leaves? Oh, trash. Maybe she just slept in or played a euthymia and didn't come out. You know how she likes to be a shut-in. Ooh. Oh, someone left. Yeah, even if you do a single wish, there's only a 0.6% chance. But if you want to look at the silver lining to be as copium as possible, at least you're now on guarantee. So if you're not able to get rated in this patch, then the next character you go for will be on a guarantee. If you're looking from a meta standpoint, Malvika would be the better choice anyways if you had to pick between the two of them. But then that says nothing about which characters you actually really like the most. Now, since I always go through artifacts as I get them and lock any of them that might have potential, I can just go ahead and do this. How do you have to look at them? Bad substats. Useless. If I get crit rate on there, that might be okay. Crit rate, crit damage, and defense. Nah. Nope. Nope. If I get a crit damage on there, then either a defense scaler or HP scaler can make use of that. Nope. 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 No. 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 Okay, I don't want to put in any of the pre-leveled pieces. And that's a waste. Bad substats. This one could have potential. I'll lock it. If it gets crit damage, maybe. A potential for 3 stats. No, this one's bad. Crit damage main stat. Alright, I think it's time to start working on artifacts. Okay, does this get another crit stat? Yes, it does. I'll save that for a bit. That one shouldn't be locked. Who would use defense and use this? That might... It depends on what you want. Like, Raiden at C0, the only thing that she's going to be... Like, her best use right now is if you want to use her in a Hyper Bloom team. Now, as a question, do you have Nahida? Or Alhaitham? Do you have Alhaitham? I see. So in that case, you really don't have much to really be able to use use a Raiden Shogun. Like, yeah, you could do national team, but that's kind of falling behind compared to what you can do with other characters. So if you're looking for like actual account power, I don't think you're in a position to really make good use of her just right now compared to like Movika. Hey, Joe boy. Yeah, I'm just getting this done first, and I was thinking of doing the event. Ooh, crit rate. I'll save that for later. And nope. Nope. Why is that one locked? Nope. Okay, that's crit damage. I'll keep that locked. Nope. Okay, feathers. I'm gonna level that one up to max. I'll level that one up to max. Actually... Nope. A lot of the artifacts that Raiden Shogun wants, characters like Jinksho and that would like as well. So I wouldn't say it's a complete waste because you do have benefit of using those artifacts elsewhere. Five-time bonus. Ooh, crit rate and a crit damage roll. Okay, I'm keeping that one for now. Yeah, I kind of spend most of my resin on farming artifacts. So I'm just going through to see what has potential and what could be useful. That one I'm gonna level, that one I'm gonna level. This one. See if I get... People wonder how you get good builds, and this is how you do it. Constantly farming. And trying whatever artifacts and trying to keep with whatever has potential. If something does roll well, but it's not just I don't know. We should think you should try killing some bosses for artifacts because we used to get artifacts that gives critical damage. Well, the thing is that any 5-star artifact you get has a chance of getting crit stats on them. And if you're trying to farm specifically Wanderers trope, or Wanderers set or Gladiator set, those are only from bosses. Okay, I'm gonna keep that one. And farming them for bosses is actually a big waste of time for the most part. Why is this one locked? I'm not going to save the defense on these. I don't have a character that would use them. Why am I doing that one not using a 4-star piece? Or, sorry, a +4 piece. Typically, for those type of drops, I would just strongbox them. Okay, here comes the fun part. Crit rate, although that's a low roll. Getting a lot of HP. I don't think that rolled too well. Only 2 rolls in a crit. So, started off good, but lost its potential. Yeah, I don't really wait for resin myself. I don't look at it that way. It's just we get so much that we can do with. So in the morning, I'll come on and I'll... Like, we can store up to 26 hours worth of resin for the 200 cap. So if you spend all your resin when you go playing, then that's your resin for the day. And then you come back at the same time the next day, you'll be near cap, and you get to do it all over again. So it's just like a once a day thing for your resin. That's how you look at it. Crit rate. Flat HP. I'm not going to keep this piece. Okay, that rolled horribly. $20 crit damage, 6.6 crit rate. I think I will keep this one. Although I don't know who'd use it just yet. I'll keep that in my artifact pool. Okay, time to go to these. $10.15 with 11 ER. That's actually really good, so I'm going to keep that. Yeah, but the whole point of the resin system is they want us to keep playing. It's in order to make the game more addictive, and that's why they do it that way. So I don't think they'll ever want to change it outside of that, because it goes against what they are trying to do with the game. Ooh, 16 crit rate. And flat defense. So I might hold on to that for now in case if I really do need the crit rate on the character. But we'll see. That might be for a Favonius user. Actually, who'd use Favonius and Hunter? I don't know. Maybe Offset? Okay, this one can be upgraded. Oh, don't do it that way. A lot of defense and attack, so that's basically lost its value right there. Mental Mastery. Who's on that now? She is. Yeah, I don't see that going too well. Hey Ash, welcome to the stream. I'm just messing around with the artifacts now to see what I can get. And this is one big RNG mess. I can level that one. I'll go ahead and level this one. This gets used in Freena teams anyhow, so 21 crit damage. And Elemental Mastery. Oh, so you want me to show you how Movika flies on her bike? Yeah, it's pretty easy, actually.
Archon reporting for battle.
So it's just get on the bike, jump, and jump again. Jump, and jump. It's like activating your wind glider while in the air. So that's all it is. Alright, now for the event. Actually, you got mail. We get another survey. Under events. Chronicle of Shifting Stratagems. So I haven't done any of them just yet, and this one's locked until tomorrow, so I'll do this one after Imaginarium Theater tomorrow. No, I'm not going to do a one-time multiplier. Confirm difficulty, level times 40 multiplier. Okay, so Verissa has to be used in both, so I'm going to use that. So this one needs Animo and Hydro. So automatically, Farina's going in there. Cloud Chainer should go in. Wherever she is. I'm blind, apparently. There she is. And I think Einstein. Second half is going to be Overload Team. So I definitely want Chevreuse, Malvika, can I not use Einstein again? Or I'll throw Kazuo up in the top one here. Okay, so first half. Actually, no. I saw Einstein up here. Put a Yay Miko in here. Yep, Vrina gets used in this one. So, after character's punch attack does damage, Shockwave doing true damage. It's kind of boring. Damage up from overload reactions increased by 100%. After character triggers overload on an opponent, 4 attacks to be generated at the opponent's position. Pulls in nearby opponents for 5 seconds. Can trigger every 6 seconds. Okay. So, I just want to trigger a lot of overloads, which I should be able to do with these teams. Okay, versus punch attacks, its opponent or crit damage may increase by 45%. Lasts for 6 seconds, stacks 2 times. Okay, and my characters start with no energy. Go figure.
Let's get down to business.
Yeah, got her. Stop.
Controlled breathing.
So I'm doing the first rotation without burst.
Headbutt. Look out below. Height.
Today, let's get down to business.
Hero incoming.
Now I can do my burst.
Time to shine.
Skyward. Got her. Stray cloud converge.
On my hook. Yeah.
Now I can start my power.
Hero incoming. Headbutt. It's justice o'clock. Oh well, no. Hero incoming. Let my name echo in song.
Yeah, got her. Skyward. Make way.
Headbutt. Turn.
I feel like this is going way too slow. I should have probably done Kazuo instead.
Volcano kablam! Time to shine!
Skyward. Stray cloud converge.
Quick as a flash! On my hook! Headbutt! It's justice o'clock! Height! Headbutt!
I'm actually not sure the exact total that we get. I usually see about 60 to 80 wishes that we get per full patch. And I'm only at 10.4k score.
Burn it down. Drop your weapons.
Emerge! Right here! Emerge!
Try and stop.
Boost! Heads up! Hero incoming! Yeah! Look out below! Hero incoming! Yeah!
Stop right there. Hands where I can see.
Right here. Emerge!
Pyroclastic surge.
Headbutt!
Oh,
Justice will prevail.
did tap instead of hold.
Right now.
Rise with the sun. Light of the blazing sun.
Smash down! Yeah! Yeah! Kapow! Hero incoming! Yeah!
Final warning. Hands where I can.
Right here. Emerge.
Wrath from the sky.
Oof! Kapow! Hero incoming! Yeah! Hero incoming! Yeah!
Stop right there. Justice will prevail.
Right here. Right now.
Pyroclastic surge.
23.5k. So we want to check. Okay, well, I guess that's a good first try. Next one, multiplier 40. Kniech. I don't have Kniech. Okay, so I need to do Bloom Burgeon team for second half, and a Burning team for first half. Trial characters are kind of weak, so I'm not sure about using her. But I may have to, because well, I got Dendro that way, so definitely want Movika. Should throw in a Bennett. And who else? Yeah, I suppose I will use her. So, Zhangling in for my, Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do this. And I'll throw in Siegewing there. His elemental skill and elemental burst damage will be increased, so that'll be what I'm going to be relying on in this. Now, I don't usually use Kniech because I don't have him, so... But it'll be a trial version. Oh, I mixed up those two. I need Bennett before Zhangling on the rotation, or else I'll start using Power NATO outside of Bennett buff. On second thought, would Zhangling be the best bet? Possibly because of her fast application. Well, part of it can be hard to tell with some people because some people have been playing a long time and they've just farmed so much. Like I played since the beginning of the game, so I got a lot of constellation stuff because I save up for characters. But I certainly don't whale in the game. I'm not gonna sit there and spend like hundreds of dollars on a single banner just to try to get something.
Extract! Nice and spicy.
How did I not do that?
Neutralize! Everybody stand back! Let's light it up!
Okay, I'm probably gonna do pretty badly at this one.
The night.
The dead going in! Dragon fire! A little ambiance!
How are you supposed to use Knichier?
Boba, get them!
Locked on.
Let's light it up! Off we go! Teamwork is true! Nice and spicy! Extract! 10 points for agility.
Oh, I think that's what I'm doing because I need to actually log on to the characters.
Let's light it up! Bow before your king! Everybody stand back! Blaze red fire! Russian
I got him cornered.
I can't use the Hydro character till next stage.
I'm going in! Nice
I can't funnel particles to Jane Ling because... Yeah, I screwed that up.
Glory to which none can compare! Everybody stand back! Get them measly! A little ambiance! Reconstitute!
Next time should go a lot better.
Yoo-hoo!
Burn it down.
Content! Shower me with praise! Let the world come!
Rise with the sun. Light of the blazing sun.
Let's kill!
Locked on. For the Lord of the Night.
Strike it your soul! Time to shine!
Burn it down. Snap from the sky.
Wherever I see!
I got him cornered. Claim these souls.
Shower me with praise! Let mine
Light it up. Light of the blazing sun.
measly insects!
Locked on.
Full glory! Strike
16,800. Okay. Next one, Escoffier. Frozen They want us to use Ayaka second half. They want us to use Free in the first half. It would be a good Hydro for second half. Mona would be too slow. Pona details. Probably put Yolanda this side here. Use Jinxo in there, probably, I guess. Who do I want as my carry in first half? Basically all these characters I'm using now, I've used all of them in Spiral Abyss. Spiral Abyss is always changing, and the characters that you bring depends on what you're fighting. Now, the current Spiral Abyss, you really want to bring Pyro and Burning all that for second half, and that just does not work with this particular part here. So it would not really be very good. Actually, I'll turn this first part to a pet damage team. That's what I'll do. There we go. They'll all be about Freenna damage for the most part. Ah. Navia's works okay on the first half.
My lucky day.
Calm down! Fulfill our pact! Suffer the wrath of Eastleigh!
Okay. First are coming up now. Now I can start doing real damage.
Show no mercy! Eat Laline! Eat Papa! Get him! Shower me with praise! Let my name echo in a dash of frosting! Booze on the loose! Let's see! Fulfill our pact! But you two! Time to end them! Let the world collide! Off to the freezer! A burst of flavor! Calm down! Show no mercy! Suffer the wrath of Eastleigh! Shower me with praise! Let my name echo! Let's blow bubbles!
Okay, that's a good first half.
Whirling snow!
Okay, that's not gonna work. I need more...
My apologies. Yeah.
Okay, so I need less hydro. Spinner was already built. I think just too much ER at the moment. Okay, that should work out a bit better. Hopefully.
Strike it. A little amuse. Let's do. Fulfill our pact. Sha. Keep lolling. Eat Papa. Get him. Sha. Sha. Sa. Ha. Sha.
Okay, finish ever. There we go.
Let the world collide.
Time for the fun begin.
Pinnacle of excellence. Let's see. Show no mercy. You two. Time to end them. Yeah.
Makes me wonder, can we use food buffs?
Shower me with praise. Let my name echo. Let's do. Fulfill our pact. Suffer the wrath of Easley. Strike a pose. Time to shine. Off to the freezer. Goose on the loose. Caught you. You two. Time to end them. Yeah. Shower me with praise. Let the world come. A dash of frosting. Yeah. A little amuse. Yeah. Yeah. Shiver. Judgment. Whirling snow. Gotcha. Game's up. Fun's over. A dash of frosting. A burst of judgment. Lights out. Embrace the ice. My apologies. You can't run. Quietly now. Busted. Here comes the catch. Off to the freezer. The pinnacle of excellence. Shiver. Take flight. Yeah. Southward swirl. Yeah! Judgment! Yeah! Gotcha!
Quietly now.
Game's up! A dash of frosting! A burst of flavor! Lights out! My apologies! Ah!
22,000. Okay. So getting platinum on all of them. Now this one's for Elon. A lot of single target in this part. And single target in that part. Okay. So you need Vaporize. And then Bloom and Hyper Bloom. Oh, and we can do Geo as well. Okay. Alright, second half. Do you want Cookie? She'll be the Hyper Bloom part. There we go. I can do this team. Can't use food buffs. Figure I'd check that anyways.
Busted! Let engraved names echo! Let my name echo in song! Here comes the catch.
Wait, why is... There we go.
Burn it down! Wrath from the skies! Incinerate!
Hear the echoes of the valley! Strike a pose! Time to shine!
Quietly now.
Game's up! Time's over! Gotcha!
Pyroclastic surge!
Let engraved names echo! Yoo-hoo! Let the world collide! Things are about to get dicey. Busted!
Wrath from the skies! Full throttle!
Let the mountain flames boil! Let my name echo in song!
I'm sure I could have done better on that.
Minute.
Quietly now.
Gotcha!
A bitter pill to swallow.
Here comes the catch. Our bond is strong. Make yourselves a home.
Quietly now.
Taking a turn for the better.
Things are about to get dicey.
Out of my way! Grow, grow, grow! The Temple of Wisdom!
Gotcha. Game's up. Wrong Zilla. Busted.
Mind the side effects. Remember,
Dissipate! Committed to... I'll settle this! Make yourselves a move!
Here comes the catch. Quietly now.
taking a turn for the better.
Stand with me! Lightning purify! Sharing my knowledge!
Game's up. Wrong Zilla. Busted.
2760. Okay. Last stage. Chlorinde. Another character I don't have. So Aggravate first half. Taser second half. So second half I definitely want my Farina. Siegeween. Maybe not Siegeween. Do want Fischl. Perhaps Elon. Can't use Animo, so no Sucrose Driver. Actually, there's no healer on this side. I need healer. This side needs Fischl. Okay, what's going to be a good Dendro to use? He's good for multi-wave, which I'm probably going to need. And probably I'll throw in a Kale. Oh, I know what to do. There we go.
Ridiculous! By royalty...
I don't have Chlorinde either, so I'm using the Tau version.
Where evil lurks, shoot on sight.
A bitter pill to swallow. As you wish, Mainford.
Practice on yourself!
Into the shadows. Hunt them down.
Go! Ridiculous scene!
Remember,
Odds reveal!
I should probably bring Yamiko to this side instead.
Time to testify.
Forward hammer! Help!
mind the side effects. Taking a turn for the better.
Wings of dark...
Hunt them down.
Yeah, this isn't working out well. I want Yamiko in here. And then I could do Nahida as a driver instead. Now, who do I want for this spot here? It's electro charge, so I need more electro. Fish will end up taking Siege Queen procs, so I might have to do a different healer. That might be my only real option here. Could do Kokomi, but that's not as helpful in this situation.
Hey! Emerge, right here. Ridiculous.
Moving. Time to test the ball.
Right now. Emerge.
Mind the side effects. Seems like an emergency.
The Temple of Wisdom. Right now. Emerge.
Into the shadow. Evil looks. Shoot on sight.
Right here. Right now. Emerge.
A bitter pill to swallow. Taking a turn for the better.
Nothing lasts forever. Right now. Emerge. Right now.
Ready. Time to test the ball.
Make yourselves at home. Emerge. Right here.
Remember, health comes first.
Into the shadows. Hunt them down.
A sight to behold.
There we go. Second half.
Moving. Shoot on sight.
Let the world collide! Content! Midnight Fin...
Ready. Time to testify.
Let my name echo in song! Wings of Dark!
Moving. Hunt them down.
Yoo-hoo! Time to shine! Let's go! Midnight Fin...
Evil looks. Shoot on sight. Enough.
Shower me with praise! Let the world come on! Content!
Midnight.
16,480. Now to collect all the rewards. Now I'll see what stages I need to work on. Yeah, I'll need to do better on this one, I suppose. So I'm not very good at Kniech. My second half was atrocious. Oh, this guy's got a C6 Yuan, so that probably helped. And C6 Yanu. I got the same score as Mars. Can I do Ginyu instead on second half? Page 3. Welcome back. I don't need Yulan then. Who would be this Hydro for second half? Mona, I take. Ah, I see.
Strike a pose. A little elusive. Suffer the wrath of Eastly. Let my name echo in song. A dash of let's see. Get to work. Eat Lolly, eat Papa. Get him. Yeah. Strike a pose. Time to shine. The pinnacle of excellence. Show no mercy. Suffer the wrath of Eastly. Shower me with praise. Let the world come out. Fulfill our path. You two. Time to end them. Usual. Let my name echo in song. A little. Let's see. Show no mercy.
We're way behind schedule. Access denied.
Yeah. Off to the freezer.
Let me scrub.
You can't run. Shiver.
No touching.
faster. Yeah! There's on the loose! Delve into destiny, decided by destiny. This is long overdue.
Coming was foretold.
Punishment!
Bloom as the
You can't
flowers
run.
of Gurabard!
Adaptive frosting! A burst of fleet! Shadows of leave my space! Ha! Born of ice and frost.
I feel like this is going slower.
Yeah! Shiver! There's on the loose! Let me scribe. Written in the stars. Access denied. Blaze over.
Hey, Mike. So Ganyu's not good there. Maybe I can do that. Should still do Ayaka. But who would provide the most damage? I don't really have much in the way of cryo DPS that's actually good. Could throw Ganyu in just for using her burst. And then Kokomi for AoE Hydro.
It's been a lucky day.
Okay, quick on rotations.
Show a new praise! Let the world come alive! Off to the freezer! A burst of flavor! Calm down! Woohoo! Action at the flame! Yoo-hoo! Time to shine! A little amuse boost! Let's see! Carving waves!
Let's get down to business.
Check this out!
That didn't feel much different.
Take flight. Born of ice and frost. Access denied. Whirling snow. Off to the freezer. A burst of flavor.
This is long overdue. Born of ice and frost.
My apologies. Coming Satoru. Sumetsu.
Your coming was foretold.
Goose on the loose.
Bloom as the flowers in Guraba.
Whirling snow.
Access denied.
Take flight. Sakura swirl.
For Rex Lapis.
Rustling rebate. A little moose boosh. A burst of...
Born of ice and frost.
I think my first team was a bit better.
Off to the breeze. Embrace the ice.
Hold the line.
Yeah, my first team was better. But I got platinum on all of them. Not enough to run anything. And I still got 2 more dailies to turn in.
I knew you'd miss.
Just do a random co-op.
Come on, traveler. Let's go. The world is full of lost ballads just waiting
There we
to be
go.
discovered.
Now I can do my Primo Gem count.
Add Astra. Thank you for
Getting closer to Friendship 10. Looks like I can convert 10 over now. So I got 2 left here. 80 here. So that puts me at 302 wishes. And then tomorrow, when Imaginarium resets, we'll also get the shop reset too. So I'll get 5 more wishes from the shop, plus 5 more wishes from Imaginarium. So that'll put me up to at least 312 tomorrow. I've actually been fairly lucky when it comes to my wishing in Natlan so far. So instead of continue to wish for more cons and stuff like that for characters beyond what I planned, I've just been rolling that balance forward for the leftover wishes, and I've just been saving them. So I've not had to spend my star glitter just yet. So this has been building up because I haven't needed it to get the characters that I want. But to go over the characters...
Part of cooking is making sure the ingredients absorb the flavors in the dish. To that end...
So, I start with Milani. Now, in Natlan, actually, starting back from Fontaine, I literally saved wishes for half a year for Farina. And in that time, I did manage to get her a Constellation 4 with her weapon. Because I saved for so bloody long for her. And then what happened afterwards, the next banner that came out after Farina was Navia. I was actually lucky to get Navia because I got her around 60 wishes, which is basically all the wishes I had, and I won the 50-50. But I had her on a 4-star weapon after that because I didn't have a good weapon for her. And I used her that way for quite a while. And she is still pretty strong. She still was able to clear content quite well with a 4-star weapon and C0. But she still worked. And then the next character that came out, I ended up skipping Cloud Retainer initially. And then I went after Chiori. Her. So I ended up getting her C1. And that cost quite a bit of wishes. Because I lost my first 50-50 on her. And then I went after Siegeween, and I got her C1, and again, I lost the first 50-50 on her, too. And I didn't get her weapon because I had more value from her Constellation 1 than I did with her weapon. But I used her to buff up mainly my Farina damage, but she also buffs up my Chiori damage and Yamiko damage, too. So I only got those 4 new 5-stars in all of Fontaine. And that's it. So I had a number of wishes carrying over. I did end up skipping Emily in order to save for Milani. So for Milani, I got her Constellation 0 with her weapon. Well, when I lost a 50-50 on Chiori, I got Jean. I lost a 50-50 on Siegeween. I got Jean. Lost a 50-50 on Milani. Got Jean. Although, luckily it was low pity with Milani. So, and then I won the 37.5% chance on her weapon. So, she was like a decent amount of wish investment, like better luck than Chiori or Siegeween, but it's still pretty average. The next one I wished for was Jalonen. I got her C0, R1. You want to know why Jean keeps coming home so often? It's because this little monster here. And I actually have her built.
Totoko, where are you?
So she has like a 94/202 crit ratio with some ER and massive attack power. So she's built to be used with Farina. And she does well in like the forward vape teams and such. So she's actually a really strong build for a Klee.
So heavy.
And you know how Jean has to keep Klee in line, right? Yeah. So, Jalonen. I did a 10 pull. I got Jalonen. I did another 10 pull. I got Chiori's signature weapon. So she got her signature weapon then. Then I did another 10 pull. And I got Jalonen's signature weapon. That was like my best luck in all of that one so far. Just everything I wanted and as little wishes as possible. Next was Movika's banner, because I didn't wish until then. And I had 525 saved wishes. I actually did a wishing video for this, too. I can actually find it here in just a second. Videos. Ah, here we go. Found it. Okay, so that was my wishing video when I wished for Movika. I had 525 saved wishes. I got her signature weapon. I got her C2. I also got... Where is she? Sitlali, C0, with her signature weapon. And I still had, what, 132 leftover wishes? So then I saved those leftover wishes, and then I saw later on that we were getting Ianson. And I found out, okay, looks like she might be good for like my Yamiko if I get enough cons on her. So I decided to allocate 100 whole wishes to Vrisa's banner to try to get Ianson cons. And I figured I'd at least get a couple. However, I only got like one copy of her like 95 wishes in. Wishing for 4 stars is a trap. Surprisingly, she's been good on my account. Where is she? Only C2. So she's been really good on my account. So, but in that time, I ended up getting 2 copies of Rissa and 1 copy of Cloud Retainer, and I get another Gene at the end. So going into Scoffier's banner, I got her 30 wishes in, but she was on a guarantee. So I got her pretty cheap. And then I did a 10 pull on the weapon banner. And I got Verdict. So Navia now has her signature weapon. Well, you're on a guarantee right now, right? Because you just got Mona. So if you don't wish until Movika reruns, and then you wish on Movika, then when you get your next 5-star, it will be her, because that's how the guarantee system works after you lose a 50-50. If you lose the 50-50 twice in a row, that should be impossible, and that would have to be a bug. Because you got to get your guarantee in between. Now, I did have a spare Staff of Homa to give Scoffier, so at least she has a good weapon. Well, how about this? Let's say if this were to happen. I know the chances are exceedingly low, but let's say you do a 10 pull on Movika's banner, and you get Movika, followed by Chi-Chi in the same 10 pull. How'd you feel about that? Getting Chi-Chi then? Is if you get your character that you want and then immediately lose your 50-50 right after, then that's just the game giving you a free guarantee for your next 5-star, pretty much. Is Raiden your favorite character? Yeah. Who would you say is your favorite character in game out of all the characters?
Chef must be able to wield a knife at the same level.
Raiden, okay.
Precision as a surgeon. Practice.
Now, I don't have Al-Hytham. I never pulled for him. However, Nahida would be quite important if you want to use her at C0, if you're going to be doing like a Hyper Bloom version. Would not be the strongest, but it would have a decent, like, it'll get you to a decent amount of damage to get started, but it won't be, like, mind-blowing damage that you can get from other investment elsewhere. I would kind of rate, if you want to compare to modern damage carries, I would say that a Constellation 2 Raiden Shogun would be roughly equal to a Constellation 0 Verissa in actual damage output. Although Verissa kind of wants certain members in her team as well, so she's a bit more strict. Malvika can do some... Not Malvika. Well, Malvika does good damage, but so does Milani. Like, my Milani C0, and she can just absolutely dominate stuff. However, Raiden Shogun has some... Yoimiya, this girl here. Yeah, so in that case, you'd be wanting to use her on like a Hyper Bloom team. So you'll want to get Nahida for her. And then you'll want some sort of healer for the team. So either like a Hydro or Dendro healer. So you're looking at like a Yao Yao, Baiju, Kokomi, even Barbara would do. Because unlike Kuki Shinobu, Raiden Shogun can't heal doing that role. Raiden Shogun's elemental skill, you can trigger it roughly about every second. So it actually hits faster than Kuki's elemental skill, so she can actually trigger more Hyper Blooms. We don't know when Nahida will come again. She is an Archon, so she is more likely to not take years to rerun. But she is kind of critical for the Hyper Bloom team. Due to her strong Dendro application that she does. Yeah.
All is
However, you
accounted
may
for.
be able to do
Let's
like
move out.
a hyper fridge. I got him early game for Zhao, and I never used him. He kind of, I didn't really start my self account roll until after his banner, where I only pull for waifus and those that support waifus. So I do have a couple of characters that I got back when I was still done with the banners at the beginning of the game, and I don't really use them. Now, Zhao needs a lot of investment to actually be good. Yeah, oh well. Like, Zhao can be a very powerful damage carry, but you really want certain characters with him. You want your Cloud Retainer, you want your Farina, you want your C6 Faruzan with her, or with him. And then from there, he can really start outputting the damage. And sadly, Ianson doesn't really work all that well with him, because when she hits an enemy with Electro to react with an element, to give them the Center City buff, you cannot put Animo on enemies, so she cannot buff his Animo damage. What does Mona's Burst do? I'll show you, actually. Hey Xavier, welcome to the stream. Alright, here's Mona. Okay, so this will be her burst. So when Mona uses her burst, nearby enemies will actually get like a bubble on them. They'll get illusionary bubble. So I'm doing great. Yourself? Okay, and for light enemies, usually ones that can be grouped by animal characters, if just to give you an idea which enemies it would affect, they will actually get trapped in a bubble and not able to move. They'll kind of float off the ground a bit, too. And any damage you do to them will pop that bubble. And when that bubble pops, it will do a bunch of damage based off her attack power. So that's the damage of her burst. However, while it's in bubble and for 5 seconds after it pops, it will do an Omen debuff on the enemy, which then increases the damage that that enemy takes by 60% if you level up her skill. Yeah, it won't go up any further if I crown it. So in that case, Mona is quite often used. Yeah, like, the purpose of Mona, she's mostly used for, like, one-shot builds, or, like, burst showcase. You may have heard the terms before, screenshot builds versus damage builds. So, in Spiral Abyss, you'll want, like, damage builds where you have, like, the energy recharge, stuff like that, and you can, and the crit rate and such, so you can reliably do your damage and get content down reliably. But screenshot builds are different. They're the kind of builds where you will try the same fight like 10,000 times over, wait for the stars to align for you, and then you get everything to crit with your 5% crit rate and just stick everything to crit damage and attack and everything else, and then get that one massive damage hit so you can screenshot it and brag like, hey, look how big damage I did. So those are screenshot builds. Mona if you look at any, especially in the old days of Genshin Impact, anytime that they had damage showcases to show how strong a burst is of a character, guess who's always on the team? Mona, because of her Omen debuff and the fact that she's a catalyst character, so she can also hold Thrilling Tales of the Dragon Slayer to also pump over attack power to the carry as well, on top of giving the Omen debuff on enemies. So that was the main use of Mona. Benny is usually on there too, because you can have 3 supports with your carry, right? Yeah. And this is her uncensored outfit because they gave her a new outfit for censoring in China. Just so they wouldn't get in trouble over it. But since I'm not in China, we still have access to her original skin. So her censored skin is this skin here. I still prefer her original skin. But she wasn't the only character that got that treatment. Jean got the treatment, so this is her original. And this is her censored outfit. Are you talking about Mona still? Yep, Amber did. And Rosaria too. Okay, so Mona, when she puts the Omen debuff on an enemy, they will take 60% more damage. So yeah, she can increase Navia's damage for like one of her shotgun hits. It's good if you want to do like a screenshot damage thing, but I wouldn't if you're just trying to get content down, Mona's not usually the character you want to use for that. So with Jean, as you see her chest area, how you can see like right down and such, they got rid of that with her updated skin. So that was the censoring there. For Mona, they kind of, with the change of outfit, they kind of hid the crevices and such a bit more in the central area. So that was the nerf to her design, or the censoring to her design. Amber. So this is her original outfit. And this is her new outfit. Yeah, so you don't really see down in the top part here like you can with this. So that's one part that they nerfed. But the other part is back here where you can see the lines at the bottom here. They got rid of that on her new skin. Or on her censored skin. Well, Movika is a pretty broken character, although her strongest team for Movika is actually her Melt team. So this is Rosaria's original skin. And this is her updated skin. So more covered up than the other one. So those are the 4 characters that got nerf skins. Oh yeah? What kind of glitch?
I knew you'd miss me. Utensils at the ready. Oh, anyone need a health checkup?
The wind is really going inside.
Whoa!
Oh, now the bounce
what
glitch.
A lineup.
Yeah, I probably don't want to be doing that on stream.
I'll think about it.
But they do exist in many different places in the game.
Yeah, let's get this over with.
Ah. She's on the Chronicle Wish banner, is she not? Yeah. This is my wish history on Chronicle Wish.
You can only do so much on your own, but with a...
I was a nice big target for, Milani. Do you have a fish out, probably? I haven't actually looked into it. Is Chori Signature her best slot for Shalone and DPS?
Try and stop me!
Or something else gives her best slot for it? Okay. It's just I prefer using my Shalone as a support, so... So as you can see, she's got a ton of defense. And due to her weapon, when she does her 2 normals before or to activate her thing, she'll give herself even more defense as well. And then she's got a ton of energy recharge to burst regularly. Oh. I don't think they have enough food at that location to be able to feed her.
Need a surfboard? Letting brave names echo! Off contest.
Like pyroclastic surge.
Carving waves. Surf's up.
518. How did that not vape? 2 non-vapes in a row. Okay. She can literally out-eat 100 people by herself. Now, during an eating competition in her story quest, she actually went through a plate that was like 8 feet across in size for diameter and piled like 6 feet tall with food. And she finished that in under half an hour or whatever the time frame was for the thing. Oh yeah. And just that big mountain of food, Malvika still has not been able to finish that in one sitting. And here, Verissa will eat that and be looking for seconds. And that's after eating before the competition, just to prevent herself from being too underfed as it was. I remember in my Discord, I put a message, I put a little thing there. It's like, what would cost more, Verissa's food bill or Venti's bar tab? And I remember last Windbloom Festival, there are people in game. They're saying that Venti, if Cider Lake, this entire lake, was wine, he'd be able to drink it dry.
Rev the engines.
So if that was wine, he'd be able to drink it dry. Oh yeah. Now, since I do have a few people here, I am going to mention that tomorrow I'm also going to be streaming, and I'm going to be starting around 8 a.m. my time. If you want to match that up with your time zone, it's currently about 10:23 a.m. my time now. So I'll be getting my Imaginarium Theater done. And then I'll be doing also the last stage of this, whichever characters it comes in. It's just Imaginarium has not reset just yet because today's the 31st and it resets on the 1st. And I like getting that done, even as far as soon as it resets. And when Imaginarium resets tomorrow, they're finally adding rewards for getting your stars. I got one more time people can borrow, but since Imaginarium's resetting soon, I went ahead and adjusted my lineup here to match what the next Imaginarium's gonna need or gonna have for the characters. So people can start borrowing the characters, or if people need to borrow my characters, they'll have a good selection to start with. Because it's going to be Electro, Cryo, and Dendro. Farina's going to be a special guest star, so she can be brought in as well. But it's mainly these three elements. And I heard rumors, although I'll have to wait and see, that they might introduce in that Imaginarium only something to allow Dendro and Cryo to react. Although I'm not sure of the full details on that. But if I go into my history here... Yeah, that happens. I got C8 Mona and C10 Jean. Welcome to stream, Mia. Now, these two down here, they look like a stain in my history. And I don't like how that looks. But the problem is that Visionary Mode was not introduced to the third rotation of Imaginarium. So these were the highest at the time that you could do. So I couldn't have done the 8, or couldn't have done 10 back then. But other than that, I consistently get all my stars. Oh, never say never. It just takes time in farming. If you keep playing the game, it may take like a couple of years, but you'll get to that point where you can clear it out. A lot of it is knowing how to build your teams and targeting the characters that you want to get for said teams, knowing how to do your rotations, knowing how enemies behave and what their weaknesses are. Learning about the different mechanics in the game, such as how your characters apply their elements and how they react. But once you get to that point, it becomes a lot easier for you. Oh, it's easy because it's on a time schedule based on the day of the month. So, Imaginarium Theater resets on the 1st of every month. And Spiral Abyss resets on the 16th of every month. Now, before Imaginarium was introduced in the game, Abyss also would have reset on the 1st as well. So we used to get 2 Abysses per month. Now we're down to only 1 Abyss per month. So they cut our endgame in half to fill the other half with endgame as well, and they're saying it's now more endgame, even though it's the same amount of endgame that we have to do. It's just, we do it half as often for them. Go figure. Now, this only shows, like, the past year of your history. Although, as you see, I use characters a lot because I redo my Abyss many times over because I have fun in Abyss with them. This roughly, yeah, this is when Malvika came out. So I was using her a lot. Yeah, Cryo is kind of shafted in this game. They don't really have many in selection for Cryo. Yeah, it's not the most damage I've done. Just a second here. So here's a screenshot from a past event here. So there are kind of two numbers overlapping each other, but that's 4,878,961 damage on the burst. Now, where is it here? Okay, so this was my Navia when she was on her 4-star weapon. So that was the biggest crit I was able to do is 657,000 on her elemental skill. I have not gotten a Capturing Radiance yet. And then now that I have her new weapon, it's now 869, so it's over 200k more damage after I've upgraded her weapon. Yeah. It's like 202k difference. Then I got my Sitlali to break 1,000,000. Yeah. And mine was, yeah, I did a bit of a different build for my Navia. Now, there's a couple different teams that you could do with Navia. That's really good.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, Milani can hit really hard, though. Now, I think technically Navia's current best team is with Jilonin, Bennett, and Movica. However, I do like using her with Farina instead. So I do Farina, Jalonin, Bennett. So she will get a Bennett attack power to give herself another like 1200 attack power.
Oh.
However, yeah, Emily's a good character to have. I ended up skipping her so I can get Milani and her weapon. But for Navia, one thing I've done is I've actually went with an attack goblet instead of geo damage. Yeah, she did initially come in a really bad time right before Natlin dropped. She is a pretty solid character. She does have really good off-field damage that she does, and she does enable like good burning teams. Now, the thing is, when it comes to how the game calculates damage, is it will take all of your elemental damage bonus and any other bonus damage stats. It'll add them together and then calculate it together when it adds it to your damage. So, bonus damage and elemental skill damage, you can kind of treat as if they're the same. Now, since Navi is a Geo and she'll be hitting with Geo and you'll be getting crystallized shards, she'll pretty much always be able to max out her 4-set bonus here. So she'll have like the full 50% Geo damage bonus from her 4-set bonus on this set. Geo Resonance gives you another 15%. So that gets us to 65% bonus. Then I have my Farina. Where is she here? There she is. Since I have her Constellation 4, she gets 400 as her max stacks, and she also gets more skill levels on her burst. So her fanfare buff, instead of being 75%, it's actually 124% bonus. So that puts me up to 189%. And then I go to... Where is she here? Oh, she's in the party. Jalonin. She's on 4 sets Inner City, so that's another 40% that she gives there. That puts me up to 229% bonus damage. And then her weapon will give another 25.6%. So that brings me to 254.6% combination of geo damage and bonus damage onto Navia in that team. And with so much bonus damage, another, like, say, 46.6% geo damage bonus won't scale quite as hard as getting more attack power for her would be. So that's why I found going the attack power goblet with that particular team and how my account is built up actually makes sense for my Navia, to where she can do even bigger hits as a result. Auron is a good character. Like, he's good for, like, the off-field electro application, so he'll work on overload teams, he'll work on taser teams, and he's also good with dealing with Papilla Boss. It depends on the setup that you're doing for a team, because if you're doing the team that is Malvika, Bennett, Jalonin, you may want to do Geo Goblet instead. But I like doing Farina instead. And I just get so much more that I prefer doing that. And also, it depends on your set bonuses that you have, because I have her on her native set, which is the Echoing Woods set. Yeah. And I also have cons on Farina, and also the signature weapon for Jalonen. So all that adds into it as well. However, if you're ever unsure, if you can just keep an eye out on artifacts for them and test them out. Put them on, see which one you get the most damage with. And then stick with whatever one performs best for you. Now, because of how much more powerful my Marina is, I also did a defense goblet on my Noelle. So when I do my Noelle carry teams. But she is on 4-set Hunter, so she'll get another 36% crit rate. So 36% will put up to 99.7% crit rate. With 240 crit damage. Alright. Thanks for joining, Ash. And take care. I initially wanted to go for Chiori because, hey, she's cute. And two, I did want her to support both my Navia and my Noelle. 500k damage. It sounds like that's her elemental skill popping due to her C4. Because that doesn't sound like a normal attack damage hit for her. I've seen with Noelle. Are you familiar with Roffler? He does like a lot of the EXE videos on YouTube for as jokes for the different characters, and he did a whole bunch of them for Noelle through the time or through the ages. And he had like the final Noelle EXE where he had like a C4 Jalonen, C2 C2 Farina, like all the best supports for his Noelle. And he has an R5 Red Horn as well, and he's been farming her build because he's basically a Noelle main. And he was able to break 200k normals on her. And it's like, holy hell. His Noelle makes mine look like a joke. A lot of the old... It's harder and harder now to get 4 stars at C6 because we have so many more of them now. For newer players, they can't reliably keep getting the same 4-star over and over again. You really want Noelle to be C6 if you want to use her as a damage carry. Because this gives her more defense scaling to make her normal attacks even stronger when she's in her burst mode. So this is like a good plus 40% damage on your Noelle when you get her C6. But it's her C4 here. So when Breastplate, her elemental skill, once her shield pops or expires, it will just pop like a 400% of Noelle's attack as geo damage. And if you cast her her elemental skill while her burst is active, then it will get all the extra attack from her burst. Because what her burst will do is it'll convert attack or defense over to attack. So that's why getting extra 50% here is a big deal. So that 85% would become 135% of her defense as attack power. So if you add in like Goro buff and all that top stuff on top of it, it will be a lot more. So she can hit like the 4,000, 5,000 attack power while she's under her burst, and that's why she does so much damage. I've been debating if I want to crown this, but I haven't wanted to spend more on it. And it's only 26 more defense, literally. Yeah, Noelle is not a very good support. The problem with her breastplate's skill is that it's got a 24-second native cooldown, but it only lasts 12 seconds. So if you use her as a support, it's literally only half uptime at best. And then the other problem with that is it's not that big of shield either. Although the way shields work, like if Noelle is on field being the carry, her shield will feel nearly indestructible. And that's because before damage on shields is accounted for, it also calculates the damage after your character's defense is taken into account. So the fact that Noelle has so much defense, that big hit, 20k hit, will be brought down to like 5k or something like that. And then that gets taken out of the shields, not the full 20k. Because she has so much defense. It makes her shield feel a lot more, or any shield on her, feel a lot more tanky. But if you put up her shield and go to another character that's a glass cannon, her shield will feel like wet tissue paper. So it's not that strong of a shield overall. And it also has very poor uptime. Now, the thing is that her passive talent here well, Layla's shield is also a lot bigger too, and she can also use Forset Tenacity, which, and the fact that she keeps firing off stars from her shields, and she can keep that effect up to give like a plus 20% shield strength to the whole party too. So her shield is a lot tougher than Noelle's inherently. So she would do better at that role than Noelle. But everything about Noelle says you want her to be the driver on field, her doing the damage on field. So her talent, her passive talent, nice and clean. So she will decrease the cooldown of her elemental skill for 1 second for every normal or charge attack hit she's done. So basically, as you're spamming normals of her on field, the cooldown on breastplate will go down. And what I find if you're using Noelle as your actual damage carry on field, and she's taking up the majority of the field time, she can reduce the cooldown of her breastplate to the point where you can just pop her elemental skill. Like, you can do your full rotation, and it'll be able to fit the cooldown of breastplate in her rotation windows. So that way you can always heal up every damage rotation, and then also because you need to heal back for his HP drain, and to keep going. So it makes it very reliable to use. But that's with Noelle being the damage carry on field. But using as a support, it just doesn't work out. Lanyon is actually pretty strong, too. Yeah, I could level up her shield more. I have the stuff here for it. And I have her Constellation too, which really helps out. But essentially, her elemental skill will give her a shield based off her attack power. Now, her burst basically does a little bit of grouping, but not much. And it's there for doing just like a bit of damage. So you don't really need to worry about ER on her because her burst is not critical. You can do her burst like every other rotation. But it's her skill you want to do every rotation. So you'll give you a shield right before you switch to your damage carry, and be a big shield on her. And then I got like a level 90 Scoured Atlas on it, which is the catalyst I'll give her the most possible attack power. So 3,300 attack power. And then she'll get a pretty big shield base off of it, like good scaling on it. And the other thing is her C2 is when you do normal attacks with whoever's on field, protected by her shield, it will recover 40% of the shield's absorption, like 40% of its effect, as much as every 2 seconds. So as you take damage while you're shielded, it'll bring down the shield, but this will bring it right back up, so you can basically keep like a full 12.5 seconds of shield on her. And mathematically, this can be the biggest shield in game. One factor in that as well is dealing with its elemental absorption. So let's say you're fighting Hydro Cube. When you hit with her skill on the Hydro Cube, because you hit and rolled Hydro, her shield will then infuse with Hydro, which will give it 250% effectiveness against that element. So now you're getting hit by Hydro attacks, it's infused with Hydro, so you get 2.5 times the amount of shield on that, and you're recovering it as well with her C2. This ends up becoming the biggest shield in game. But it's kind of niche in how it works, so... Yeah, I got C6 Layla right here. And I had her built on Forset Tenacity. Although I could level her to 90 and then get these up even more. She'll probably hit around 40k health if I 90 her. Okay, let me see here. I actually thought about that because there's actually a few characters that would be good for. And there is a particular way I'm thinking it can be implemented where it'd actually be quite nice to have. Okay, so you see this weapon here, the Prototype Amber. 510 base attack, 41.3% HP, and at R5, using elemental bursts generates 6 energy every 2 seconds to the holder, and then all party members will generate 6% HP every 2 seconds for the duration. So you basically get 3 ticks out of that, so that's 18% health recovered. However, I can think of 2 characters who would love a weapon with these exact same stats. However, they have a different weapon type. So, of course, Layla is one of them because she's a sword user. So, but if she were to do that, when she pops her bursts, like she can do skill bursts, and then any damage that does happen to get past her shield, she can heal back up then. And then she'll get an even stronger shield because her shield scales off of HP. And then another one here is Kirara. She also scales off HP for her shield. And if she bursts, then she'll get an even. She'll be able to heal up the party too for anything that does get past her shield. So that would actually be really, really good if we could get a sword version of that Prototype Amber. Although things would have to be a bit different for where is she? Lynette. Here we go. Yeah, her elemental skill will generate 25% of her HP, but it does cost some of her health as well. I kind of went an EM build on her as well. Her ER is actually higher. It doesn't show that it doesn't show her full ER outside of a party. I currently have my Traveler built as Pyro. 58, 190 with force at this, so she's close to like 98% crit rate. However, she's only really effective against the weekly boss. Now, who would be the best to pair with her?
I knew you'd miss me.
Yeah.
You are but another.
Actually, I'm gonna do this.
Chasing the delusional dream.
Time to shine!
Wrath from the sky!
Hear the echoes of the valley! Bring it!
And this is Traveler's Damage. So Traveler can single phase Natlan boss. Or Natlan weekly boss. So would you suspect Traveler to be that strong as a damage carry? But the thing is outside this Natlan boss, she hits like a wet noodle. It's only here that she gets her that kind of performance. Now imagine if I had like a Mist Splitter or something on her for this fight. I don't have a single Mist Splitter in my account, sadly. Well, I'll do the Traveler team against Raiden. Actually, I'll try it. Except I will bring a healer at least.
I promise to keep you safe.
This team good? Trying to keep minimal off-field damage. Two elements that react with the Geo so I can get my stuff for her. Alright. Healer free now, which I almost never like to do. Now, just to show a bit with her constellations. So each constellation has 2 levels. So the top part is while on the weekly boss, and the bottom part she gets everywhere. So While her skill or burst or skill is active, travelers' attacks increase by 40% and take 40% less damage. And they also get interruption resistance. That's gone outside of the weekly boss. Instead, I just get, while they're active, 6% increased damage. And if I'm in the Night Soul state, additional 9% on top of that. So that's 15%. Okay. So this will shred pyro resistance by 40%. Just by hitting them with pyro. And this helps give her some Night Soul back if she does a pyro-related reaction. So I'm essentially going to want to have something to react with just to keep up her pyro-infused state. And without that, by your little challenge here, I'm going to be doing a lot of white hits, doing very little. C3, that's just skill levels. Oh yeah, 40% power damage bonus on the boss, so that's gone. Her C4 makes it so her burst heals the entire party. And then she also gets a half her energy back, so her burst is easy to use. But outside of weekly boss, she just gets 20% power damage bonus, and that's it. This increases her crit rate and crit damage while fighting the boss. Or on weekly boss. And this here allows her everywhere to where she gets power damage infused. But it gives her a bunch of other buffs on the boss as well. It has to be pathetic.
This world, a fleeting
See?
shadow.
Oh, I saw a 4K, and now I'm doing nothing because I didn't get any reactions.
Illusions are but distractions.
This one.
Shattered.
But you see how slow this is gonna be, right?
A fleeting shadow.
I can do it because there's no hard timer, but...
Without yearning, all returns to silence.
Never mind.
Is eternal.
So I'm gonna do something a little bit different.
The Shelby.
Yeah, let's get this over with.
Yeah, not with that kind of weak damage.
In the name of the Prinzessin.
Inferior.
Let the mountain's veins boil!
Much more damage.
The eye sweeps the land.
As you wish.
Absurd. Inferior. Lightning falls on the land of eternity. Evasion is futile. Brave names echo. This god is eternal.
By royal decree.
Ruin follows my blade.
Alright, take care. Thanks for coming.
Bring it. Hear the echoes of the valley.
Midnight, Phantasm.
Purge all obstacles. Witness the final calamity.
On, reveal them.
Just in time.
Purge all obstacles. There is no escape. Eternity is in my hands. Inferior. There is no escape. Let the mountain's veins boil!
Wings of darkness.
There we go.
Emptiness
Killed her.
awaits.
Well, that's a considerably big difference from the Natlan Dragon versus outside Natlan Dragon. Alright, well, it looks like I've been streaming around 3 hours here. Alright. So I think it's time I should start thinking about lunch here. So I think I'm going to end stream here, and I'll be back on tomorrow starting at 8 a.m. my time. Oh, how to get pets? They come from events. They're a limited time, so you actually have to play during the time when they're around, and then there'll be like a reward that you get from the event. That's how we've gotten most pets so far. There's an exploration pet in the second part of the Sumeru Desert, and there's also another exploration pet in the third part of Sumeru Desert. So those ones you get outside of events, but that's about it. And all the rest of them are essentially just from events. And of course, the one I have going around my character here, this one is Endora. So this one right here. This pet was only available in a patch 1.2 event. We've had a number of Sealy events to get the Sealies. That was an event as well. These three are from the anniversaries. So second anniversary, third anniversary, and fourth anniversary. And then it's these two pets here are the ones you get from doing quests. So we will likely get more pets, more pet events later on in the future, and we'll likely get another pet for the next anniversary as well. Quite likely, because it seems that's the trend that they're doing. It depends what they offer for it. You can get 2 pets now. That's the just from doing your exploration in the Sumeru Desert areas. So it'll be like the one that's introduced in patch 3.4, that area, and then the area that's introduced patch 3.6. Those 2 areas will give you pets. All right. Well, have yourself a great day. I'm gonna end stream here because I'm gonna start doing stuff IRL. All right, and thanks for dropping by, everyone, and have a great day.